Are you looking for a podcast and radio show dedicated to all things Kentucky sports? Well, bingo, bango, bongo, Big Blue. From Pikeville to Paducah and all points in between, we give you an in-depth and sometimes extremely opinionated view of the Wildcats. The phone lines are now open. It's Wildcat Sports Talk. Let's join the two guys that bring the action every single week. Adam Webb and Tim Brandstetter.
Yeah, you know, Tim is not with me at the moment, but I guarantee you if I sent him a link or he could call, he would join. I'm a little more chipper than what I probably should be after a loss. A lot of times you guys tune in for me to get mad and go off and say fire coach and all this other stuff. Well, that was only when, we were playing a team that was not, or when we had a coach, I should say, that just wasn't getting it done. I still believe Mark Pope is the guy. I think he's the one that's going to lead us to where we need to be. We've just got to get players, and I think this JMI deal is hurting us. So I think that's a Mitch Barnhart problem. Not a Mark Pope problem, and until they fix that, I don't know. But either way, the Cats do fall. They fall today in Gainesville. So the internet is going in and out here, but I'm going to fix that here real quick and get us on. But, hey, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in here on Wildcat Sports Talk. I am taking your calls, and the phone lines are open. That's right. Give me your thoughts on today's game. I'm not worried. I like this team. I like my team. I think they're going to be just fine. I think we just, we've got some things that we've got to I do just believe that we're going to be fine. I genuinely believe that we will be fine. So that said, the Cats do fall. The show, you can call it. Numbers right down there at the bottom of your screen, 859-366-2287, 850-366-CATS, C-A-T-S. I have not done Wildcat Sports Talk in a while. Decided I've got so today I've got two games up here, and there's a bit of a holdover coincidentally right after the Kentucky game, and here I am, So how cool is that? Hey, you're on with Wildcat Sports Talk. What's up? I'm doing all right, man. It's good to be back on here. I've been on here in a minute, so. No, What do you think about the game today, man? I mean, is it? Are you worried? I mean, I think we played about as good as we could, and on top of that, I don't like to blame the refs because Florida is a better team. But my goodness, man, we could never get into a flow offensively just because of that. Oh, I agree. I agree. And you're yeah. I think it's killing us. And I think if we got a GM maybe that could help, but I mean without the right deal and without the right NIL, we're not going to get those guys, and we're really falling off the wagon on that. Um, I'm not sure. I don't. I mean, if we don't have that deal, if it's not, I mean, I think we probably get some of these guys that we normally wouldn't have got. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly, man. But it is what it is, and we just kind of have to keep pushing on, and do our thing. Where are you calling from? Lexington. So you did go to the game. So how was that atmosphere the other night or the other day last week? Yeah, yeah. I think you're right about that. Man, it's good to hear some people calling in. We're gonna, we've talked about doing some things. I'm Ramon is supposed to be joining me here in a little bit, and we'll have him on and have his thoughts. I've got another joining me here around 6 o'clock. So, yeah, but hey, Cats lose today. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to go on record and make this prediction. I actually think Kentucky can win out. I really believe that because I think this game in Rupp, I think it's a different ball game. Yeah, and unfortunately, they'll drop out of the rankings because of the loss, and I hate that because I think that they're firmly a top 25 team. They proved that today because I mean, look, Florida didn't run them off the court like they have everybody else. I mean, they played competitive at Florida, and I just don't think they should drop out of the rankings. But unfortunately, they will. But either way, good test for the Cats, and they'll learn from this and. I think they'll win some games coming up. They got to play this week, though, so we got to see. Yeah, that's kind of scary to be honest with you, because then Georgia's going to be upset when they play us. But Yes. Yes, absolutely. Well, hey, man, it's good to hear from you. Call in anytime, man. We'll talk to you soon. All right, see ya. 859, or rather 850-366-2287, 850-366-2287. CATS is how you get in on the show here. Wildcat Sports Talk. We are we're up here I'm up at Bourbon County High School, getting ready. They are getting ready for the JV game first here, and then later we're going to be calling it on a new network that I created called Colonel Media Network. I'm going to be doing the media arts class here at Bourbon County High School. Fun fact, Bourbon County High School, of course, Tom Leach, right, alma mater here, and we're just hey, I'm up here in Paris, Kentucky now, so. Got out of Southeast Kentucky, came up north, and I love it up here. I really do. And had a wonderful day yesterday. Wife and I, we celebrated Valentine's Day because, she has to work tonight, and I got to call this game. So we're there. So, hey, go ahead and give us a call though. If you want to get in, tell us your thoughts on today's game. What you saw, what you liked, what you didn't like. And I'd love to hear from you. It's 850-366-2287, 850-366-CATS, C-A-T-S. I look at this game a couple of different ways. I'm not upset really because, number one, I think you were kind of playing with house money today. And, I don't get me wrong. I hate losing, and I hate losing to Florida. But they're just a well-oiled machine. They're a very good team coming off of a national championship. Todd Golden's a great coach, but I think that we are in a position now to learn from this loss. And I really believe that this team can win out moving forward. And you win out, you're probably in a pretty good chance. Problem is, Florida's got a pretty easy schedule coming up. So I think if you win out, you're firmly in a good situation to go ahead and take second in the SEC. Now here's the situation. This could happen. The team that I think is most likely to beat Florida is Arkansas. So you could have a situation where if Kentucky wins out and Arkansas handles business against Florida, that final game of the season is for number one in the SEC once again. So, but I think in order for that to happen, Kentucky has to win out. And yes, it's a tall task. It absolutely is. But hey, it's a task that I think this team can handle. So that said, we're going to take a timeout. I've got some sponsors that are on my on Colonel Media Network. I'm going to show them some love on this broadcast. Let that get in there. We'll go with them. Make sure that you are tuning in and stay close and get that number, write it down, and call me, and we'll get it in. We'll be back. You are listening to Wildcat Sports Talk.
Out of space? Paris Storage Center is now open right beside Walmart. Their brand new state-of-the-art facility has climate-controlled and drive-up units plus secure boat, trailer, and RV storage. With 24-hour surveillance, your valuables stay protected around the clock. Clean, secure, convenient. Paris Storage Center. Store it smart, store it local. Stop by today next to Walmart or call 859-707-4788. That's Paris Storage Center next to Walmart in Paris, Kentucky.
Need a fresh look for your home or business in Paris, Kentucky? For over 70 years, family-owned Early Wine Painting has been transforming spaces with top-notch interior and exterior painting. Fully bonded and insured, they do more than paint. They offer garage and basement epoxy coatings and polished or dyed concrete floors for a durable and beautiful finish. Want quality you can trust, backed by decades of experience? Call Early Wine Painting today at 859-588-3490 because a brighter, longer-lasting home starts with the right coat. When your vehicle needs real expertise, trust the shop that Paris, Kentucky has counted on for 10 years. Maddox Motors. With over 30 years of experience in the automotive and diesel industry, Maddox Motors has the knowledge and the tools to keep you on the road. Their advanced, up-to-date diagnostic equipment means accurate repairs on most makes and models. Diesel driver, you're in the right place. They're GM Duramax specialists, and they service imported Power Stroke and Ram Cummins diesels too. So whether it's routine maintenance or major repair, choose the name built on experience and community trust. Maddox Motors in Paris, Kentucky.
Born and raised in Bourbon County, Drew Perrott is a Marine Corps veteran, local business owner of 25 years, and former magistrate leading economic development. A University of Kentucky graduate, Drew has coached and served this community for years. Vote for Drew Perrott for Bourbon County Judge Executive. Paid for by Andrew Drew Perrott for Bourbon County Judge Executive.
Yo, let me get in your ear for a second about WH Legacy Graphics. That's right. Yeah, it's a place right here in Paris, Kentucky. And if you've not checked it out, you need to. They can hook you up with everything. Banners. They make it all. Screen printing at its finest. And they don't just do that. They do a little bit of everything. You need to check out WH Legacy Graphics. I've got all their details and info right up here. And make sure you do that because, as always, they support the Colonels. They support Colonel Media Network. And they absolutely got it going on. It's WH Legacy Graphics in Paris, Kentucky.
I think what makes it so special is just open dialogue. It feels comfortable. There's never like a dull moment. And I feel like, Ramon's a good friend of mine. I've known him almost 20 years now. It's crazy. We getting old.
You just hit the nail on the head right there. I mean, it's two great guys you can just have a genuine conversation with. You're real personable, and it's laid back. Like right now, I'm sitting in my car doing a live interview, and I don't think it gets any better than that.
Welcome back into Wildcat Sports Talk. Hey, you can call us on the show, 850-366-2287, 850-366-CATS, C-A-T-S. The Cats losing one today. Scoot in here. You gotta show them who you are.
What's going on, guys?
I got Andrew here. He and I, we call the games here for Colonel Media Network, and I told him jump on here and give us some Cats thoughts, man. I mean, I'm not really discouraged by this game.
No, I mean, that's a good Florida team.
You don't want to lose. I mean,
you never want to lose, and I definitely don't want to lose to Florida. But we shot ourselves in the foot. How many times did we let loose balls get away from us?
Now, let's be real, though. The refs really took us out of the game.
There was a couple that I think there at the end when we were trying to end this thing or climb back in it, the ticky-tack fouls.
Yeah.
Which was helping us because it wasn't taking any time off the clock, but they weren't fouls. I mean, they were just touching him, you know?
Right, yeah.
So that was frustrating. But at the same time, I mean, you can't let second chance shot after second chance shot go to the Gators. And there's miscommunication at one play. Aberdeen and I can't remember who else was on it, but they left the guy wide open to hit the three, and it really just gave all the momentum to the Gators. So
right, for sure. Yeah. So the Cats they lose today in Gainesville, but I saw a lot of encouraging things.
I did, and the player that to me that has been the most consistent in the big moments has been Chandler.
Yeah,
and
well, I mean, the three chances from three, first Chandler, then Aberdeen, then Chandler drills that one at the end from 30 feet.
Well, he did something that I preach, that I want youth to do it. I want Bourbon County to do it. He followed his shot. He didn't assume it was going in. He followed the shot, tried to get the rebound. So it's great play for him.
Gave us a chance to win at the end, just wasn't enough. And you kind of wished, you kind of felt like if Kentucky, once they cut it to 4, I think if Kentucky had taken the lead, they probably would have won this game.
I think so too. The momentum killer for me, Chandler had stolen the ball, I believe, and it kind of bounced between him and Moreno, and it rolled out of bounds.
Yep.
And it was like at that moment, everything just fell apart for Kentucky.
It did.
And I believe Florida went on a 10-0 run.
Yep, and that was a dagger. And then, of course, they hit threes when it mattered.
Yeah,
and that was the toughest part for me, is that they hit threes when it mattered, and that's it is what it is. But hey, if you'd like to get in on the show, talk about it. Anthony Wireman, he's a good friend of mine. He actually is more encouraged today than he's been all season. I think Kentucky can make a run. I agree.
I think so. I think they can definitely make a run. And the thing that encourages me, I know there's been a lot of people that says Pope's not the guy. Pope doesn't know how to do this or
he
that.
is. Let's just be real.
I have firm belief in Coach Pope. I question some of the scouting maybe, because it seems like every game we come out flat and it's like, okay, now we know what they're going to do and we adjust and make that comeback. But at the same time, he knows the X's and O's to get this thing back and get Kentucky going. It seems like every single game he is making an adjustment.
Right.
And that's what you want to see. So I'm very impressed with how we're doing. We're not where we want to be, but who would have thought in, December that we would be playing for first place today?
Yeah, and then as I was saying earlier, I think there is a world in which Kentucky ends up playing for first place at the end of the season for the last.
I think you're right, and I think Arkansas. I think they're going to give Florida a hard time.
I hope they beat them, because we need them to.
Absolutely.
And then Kentucky, there would be a 3-way tie for first, right there.
We still got to get past Vanderbilt, though.
Well, actually, if Arkansas beats them and doesn't lose another game, they win.
Okay,
that's awful.
That's awful. It either says one or two things: either A, the SEC is not as good as everybody thought, or man, the SEC is way better than what we thought.
Right. That's exactly right. So. And like I said, it's just a situation where you kind of hope that it happens.
I think they're going to make a run. Here's my projection. I think Kentucky makes the Sweet 16 again. I really do.
You think?
So, yep. I think you're going to see a Kentucky team go on a run at late in the season and make the Sweet 16. I don't think they're national championship right now, unfortunately. But that's just because the Arizonas, the Michigans, and even the Floridas are just really tough.
Yeah, Brandon says, I'm telling you guys earlier we were going to do something special. Maybe so. Maybe so.
I hope you're right.
I hope so. Brent says, what's up, guys? Hey, he's actually been a long-time follower of the show.
Really?
Or not. Yeah.
That's awesome.
He's
what's
been
up,
on
Brent?
there for a hot minute, and now, thanks to him, he's a sponsor on Colonel Media Network.
That is even awesome.
So, but very, very cool. 850-366-2287, 850-366-CATS. We're up here awaiting the next game to start.
It's a big rivalry. Harrison County, Bourbon County.
It used to be old district foes back in the day. They're not anymore. And I'm happy to show you guys. We've got the man, the myth, the legend, former Wildcat Ramon Harris on the line. Ramon, what you doing? How you doing?
Fellas? Man, trying to maintain, man, one day at a time.
That's right. You taking this loss? Is it bother you, or are you good with it like we are?
A little bit of both.
I mean, you're in Florida, right? You live in Tampa, so obviously you really wanted to get them. But
yeah, I'm gonna hear about it. I'm gonna hear about it for sure.
And of course, you being a guy that has played there, you know how hard it is to play in the O-Dome, and it know is. That it is what it is.
Yeah. Like I was thinking about it, I was like, dang, I think I only won once at Florida.
Right.
My senior year is the only time I won at Florida. When I was thinking about it, it is, like I said, I think we got a good team. I think they're still playing good basketball. It's just inconsistent at times. And right. I feel like the team has come together. We talked about it, Adam. Sometimes less is more. And I think when we had all those guys and trying to figure out how to play everybody, roles were kind of iffy.
Right.
And unfortunately, we had some guys that's injured, but that's allowed other guys to step up and be in their clear lane.
That's exactly right.
Is
That's
in their
exactly
clear
right.
lane. So um, for me, it's just the fact of I do see fight. I know that was a big issue that I had in the beginning of the year. I felt like when we played Michigan State, there was no fight.
Right.
It didn't perceive it watching it. Not to be a hypocrite, when I played, that was a concern. Like, oh, they're not playing hard, but then in your mind, when you're on the floor, you feel like you are. So I don't ever want to act like I've never been in that position. But just watching the game, it just looked like there was no heart, no fight. But I definitely seen a change in that. And I'm not surprised that it's happening during SEC play. When
Uh-huh.
you get a bunch of new faces, um, and you get guys that's returning that was only there a year before. Um, the with a new coach as well, you're still trying to find the identity and get back to where Kentucky basketball is expected to be. I do see that fight. Like I said, the Tennessee game, most recently, the Arkansas game. Those are two tough games that they came back and fought to the end. It's not going to happen
Yep.
every time, but I do think that this team is coming together at the right time, and that they can still get a little better once tournament play starts.
That's exactly right. Yeah, that's exactly right. I think we talked about this too. A lot of us, a lot of people love to get on these post game shows, mainly because they just like to see me go off and scream and hoot and holler. But I'm not going to do that anymore because, we had a coach at a time that hadn't done anything in 6 years, so my frustration was warranted. I'm not out.
Mhm.
I'm not out on Pope. I think Pope is a great coach. I think he's a
I
good
agree.
X's and O's guy.
Mhm.
And I just think that if we can get some players around him, that we'll be all right. Everything will be good.
Yeah, I'm
Here,
still high. I'm still high on Pope. I'm still high on Pope.
me too.
I was never on the this is not the guy for us. Just because the season started off rough, I was never one of those. Um, I never thought that he wasn't the guy fitting for the job. I wasn't too familiar with his coaching style before he came. I'm not
Right.
gonna lie. Um, but a guy that played there and won there understands what it takes, and I think also at the same time, there's a lot of people that would not have took this challenge following up Calipari.
No. I
No.
mean,
Yeah, there's a
that's
lot
yeah.
of guys that did not want to try to take that challenge. Um, so I think he was a great hire. Obviously, we had a good year last year, and the year started off slow this year. But I'm still believing in Pope. And unfortunately, when guys get hurt, the expectation of other guys show up, and they do show up to it. Um, I mean, you look at a guy like Chandler last year, didn't play a lot, wasn't too sure of like what his role and his presence was going to be. And I feel like this year he's a totally different player.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's a leader of this team, definitely.
Yeah, I think he's a totally different player now. I think physically, even watching him play, I'm like, that doesn't look like the same guy I saw last year. So
Yeah.
that goes into him putting in the work when the cameras are not being shown. And it's showing up now. Like I said, today was a tough loss. Um, do I think we could have won? Yes. Do I think that it was a bad loss to where like the season's over? Not at all.
I agree, and I think you said something funny. ESPN pointed out the same point you did. Sometimes injuries are a good thing, and that's what exactly it's been for Kentucky. Is now you don't have to have so many guys that you're trying to figure out rotations, and that you don't want to see anybody get hurt. But like you said, I
Right.
mean, it's
You don't
forced
want to
guys
see
to step
nobody
up.
get You don't want to see nobody get hurt. But sometimes there's so much that goes on behind the scenes. It don't have to be nothing bad. When you're a guy like Owe, you had a tremendous year last year. You try to go to the draft. You make the decision to come back to school. Subconsciously, you want to prove that I'm better than I was the year before,
Right.
right? And then you have new guys coming in feeling like I'm the piece that y'all need to get over the hump, rightfully so. If you don't feel that way, you don't need to put on a uniform.
Right.
Right.
Exactly right.
So
And
then,
when you and I, we talked a little bit about this off the air, and I'm not going to go deep into it, but the NIL space has been a very messy thing. It's been messy. I think it's helped college football, but I think it's absolutely destroyed college basketball.
I think there's so many schools out there now for college basketball that it makes it all spread out. Whereas football,
because in football you got 120 guys on the field, right? Yeah. But in basketball you got 5 dudes that are really, really your starters, and then you've got maybe an 8-man rotation. I mean, you rotate 40 guys in a football game. So I mean, it's a little bit different, and you can go and if you've got more options in football for consistency, but you don't have it in college basketball. But this next game is getting ready to start here. Will be very soon. Yeah, good.
We're gonna have to talk. We're gonna have another show and talk about this NIL.
Well, I'm thinking we'll do a regular show this week and just start bringing this back. I'd like to get some. I'd like to get a couple of guys that have played to weigh in on the NIL space. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I mean, I know looking at Ramon that if the NIL was a thing back then, he'd been all right with that. I mean,
yeah, like I'm not money. Yeah, for sure. I'm not against the guys making money. Like I think that is well deserved. I think it's overdue. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those guys like, oh, well, I didn't get paid, so I'm just like I'm happy because there's people that sacrifice something that when I was at Kentucky we got that they didn't get. That's just kind of how it goes. You know what I mean? I just don't like how they just open the door and just let it swing open.
Yeah, I think there's got to be some kind of guardrail. There's got to be something.
Yeah, there's got to be some type
There needs to be something like, look, we all know this. I mean, in the NBA, if you sit out games, I mean, you're granted, you still make money, but there is some penalty to that.
Right.
And so, there needs to be some sort of a.
Well, it's the same thing like the league. The NBA has fines for almost everything.
Right.
Believe it or not, whether it's team fines or NBA fines. Now, like I said, I'm not into taking people's money and all that other stuff. But when it gets to a point to where, for me, when I came out of high school, the bragging rights was what school you were going to.
Right. And now it's well,
now I'll go to 4 different schools in 4 years just because they're giving me money.
Like, I mean, and you told this story yesterday on KSR, which I thought was really awesome. But I mean, it just really kind of took you off guard that Tubby Smith was even looking at you, and you were just what? Kentucky.
And I told Tubby this. Him walking in the gym, I had Tubby Smith. So what's crazy about it is, I'm at the free throw line, and diagonally to my right is the door he walked in. But he had on a regular Nike sweatsuit. It didn't say Kentucky. It didn't say UK.
You just thought he was somebody's dad.
I thought it was somebody's dad or somebody's grandfather. Not even trying to be funny. Because, like, in this time, I never talked to Kentucky. So why would I think Kentucky was even looking at me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly right.
So when he walked in, mind you, he walked in after the game had started. So when he walked in, he stood at the door and he stared at me. So I'm looking at him like, who is that? Shoot my free throws. He sit on the sideline, but I see him watching me run up and down the court. So I'm like, who is this staring at me? And then I see him on the phone. So I'm like, yo, who is this staring? I'm not thinking college, recruit, coach, scout, nothing.
Right.
And it wasn't until afterwards it was like, oh, shit. That's who that was?
Yeah.
So
my language.
Did you make your free throw? Did you make your free throw?
I probably didn't. I probably made one, missed one.
I've told this story several times because Ramon and I, we've known each other for a while now. When we started this thing about 5 years ago. So, like, I consider Ramon a friend. And so I've told him this several times. I have probably cussed Ramon more times than he knows. I know I did.
For sure. For sure. Listen, that's why I say I don't want to be a hypocrite and be like, well, now that I'm watching, guys don't care. It just looks like that when you watch moments. It looks like the fight is not there. I'm pretty sure I got cussed out a lot of times for something I did on the court.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I'd like to see him add maybe incentives to these contracts. Like if you're gonna sign a contract with us,
you play. I mean, if you have a game that you score 25, I'm going to give you an extra, $20,000.
Now you got guys head hunting.
Yeah,
well, make it a team based.
I think part of it is, if a guy let's say a guy signs for $2 million per year, right? I don't know how it is now. I don't know if they give him monthly payments or what, but a part of it is guys leaving school and still getting paid.
Right.
Yeah,
that's exactly right. I think it's something that's got to stop.
Yeah.
It's got to stop.
The only reason why I say that is because I want guys to make money. Like, I'm not saying take money out their pocket, but even in the NBA, you have a contract and you can't go to another school unless they could pay that.
Yeah.
Like the team can't go. You can't get traded unless the money match up, the contracts match up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
It's not just like, oh, I want to go to Houston and I play in Sacramento and I can just get traded tomorrow. Like, it takes steps to it. And I think, like, even with these guys coming back, playing professional and coming back, like, I'm still trying to wrap my head around that.
Well, Earl Henson has asked what years you played. I mean, there are only 3 guys in the history of Kentucky basketball that have played for Tubby Smith, Billy Gillespie, and Coach Cal.
So
and Ramon's one of them.
You would have been here 06 or 05, 06, 07, right? Am I right on that?
06, 07, 08, 09.
Okay.
10.
Yeah.
06,
and,
07 was my
let's
first
see.
season.
It's you. Is it Stevenson?
Yeah.
And Mark Krebs.
Mark Krebs.
There we go.
Patrick Patterson was just
he came the second year. He came Gillespie's first year.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was being recruited by Tubby, but he came when Gillespie came.
He committed to Tubby and decided to stay, right?
We've actually had Patterson on this show. It was pretty awesome. He told some good stories, but we're going to kick this thing back off, Ramon, and so join us next week. We're gonna talk about the NIL space and stuff like that. We lost today, but hey, play next week. Play Georgia. I think that's a winnable game. They just got blitzed today by Oklahoma. So
I can't. What happened to Georgia? They were scoring 100 points a game. Were they playing nobodies?
I don't know. I mean, it's typical of Georgia, and it's also that.
The SEC play, that conference play is different.
It just is. But I mean, Oklahoma's a bad team, so I don't know why they lost that game. But hopefully they don't come out too mad and get us. I think we can win them. I think we'll be fine, and I think we're going to get Florida at Rupp too. So
I think so.
Yeah,
but,
I think
Ramon,
we'll get Florida at Rupp.
Good to hear from you, Ramon. That's going to do it for this episode. We're going to go ahead. We'll put this up on podcast later. It'll be on iHeartRadio and all that. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. We are Wildcat Sports Talk. See you later.